Welcome to the Hidden Palace with Skyblaze.
Good morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Skyblaze and this is the Hidden Palace here on Radio Sega. I have been quite poorly for a week, so I haven't really had much chance to write a proper script. So I'm going to do a chill out, random, off-topic episode. I hope that's okay with everybody. Yeah, there wasn't an episode last week because I had a kidney infection because my body hates me. And the week before that it was Gamescom, so I was snowed under with work. That wasn't fun. Gamescom was just really busy. Kidney infection was unpleasant. But I'm feeling better now. Sorry, I'm having issues with Radio DJ. Is that working alright? Yes, okay, good. I get suspicious of Radio DJ when it does slightly odd things. So yeah, I went into town to pick up a bunch of stuff, and I picked up this month's copy of Retro Gamer. For those who are not in the UK, Retro Gamer is a magazine that you can get in places like WH Smith's and newsagents. And instead of one of the things I find most amusing about it is that instead of saying like new issue or something, it says old exclamation mark in the top left corner, which I find quite entertaining. But the cover feature today was about this month was about Daytona USA, which was quite cool. There was a really long feature about it with all the various contributors posting up their lap times. And there was a big thing about what tactics you should use to get the best out of the various courses and so on, which was pretty nice. They even interviewed the guy who composed it. Apparently, it wasn't originally supposed to be his vocals on it, but he did the vocals just to do a demo, and they went, "Yeah, that's fine." And he went, "Okay," because he's mostly a composer, not a vocalist. Also, I found out because I didn't play the original Daytona USA. In the arcades, I only played it on the home version. Apparently, on the original arcade version of Daytona USA, Pounding Pavement is a hidden track, and I was not aware of that, so I learned a thing. Electric Boogaloo says, "I'm happy you're feeling better." Oh, thank you, Electric Boogaloo. That's quite sweet. And I should turn the internet off on my phone, because otherwise we'll hear weird swishing noises for ever. Okay, turning off the internet on my phone. One other thing about Daytona USA, I happened to mention it to... I do a different podcast called Nerd to the Third Power, and one of the guys on it, Brian, I happened to mention Daytona USA to him, and the minute I said Daytona USA, he went do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And he went, "I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me." It's like some sort of Pavlovian response. It was really funny. Electric Boogaloo was saying, yeah, you had to hold the VR button before the race starts. Same for the ports as well. I did not know that. I probably haven't played enough Daytona USA to find that out. But the music from Daytona USA is really good. So let's listen to some of it. Because it was mentioned, I'm going to have Pounding Pavement, and from the Room OC Remix album, let's have something from that as well. So here's some music. Daytona USA just had its 25th anniversary last month. I think that's why Retro Gamer were having the feature on it. So yeah, let's have some music.
The best Sega music, live shows, and the chance to request your favorites. This is RadioSega.net. Holy
And we are back. And that was Ben Briggs and Prototype Raptor with Rolling Start. That was from the Vroom album, covering a whole bunch of racing games. And before that, Daytona USA, Pounding Pavement. And Green Vipers tried to request something when I'm halfway through the show. Alright. I'll see if I can find it in a bit. You'll have to wait till the next music break. I'll see if I can get it. Apparently Dylan's watching someone knit them a little dragon on Twitch. That's cute. I tried to knit a dragon with my loom knitting kit few months ago. It ended up looking more like a snake with wings, which is cool and everything, but it's not a dragon. But yeah, speaking of Retro Gamer, as I was earlier, I have actually subscribed to the magazine now. Because they were doing this offer where you could get I forget what type of gamepad it was. It was one of the retro gamepads, which I think will work really well with my Raspberry Pi Retro Pi setup. Because I do have an Xbox controller for it. The problem with the Xbox controller, if you're playing retro games, is that the D-pad isn't very precise. Because if you hit any given direction, there's a good chance it will hit the sensor next to it as well. So if you try and go left, it will think you're going kind of diagonally, and it doesn't work very well. It's particularly disastrous if you're trying to play the Blue Spheres game on Sonic 3. It just does not work. Rapid Run saying, if you don't mind, I'll be popping in and out and playing a bit of Kingdom Hearts. That is entirely fair! Because Kingdom Hearts is amazing. Green Viper saying Retro Game was always a flick-through magazine for me. Couldn't work my way through the entire thing. It can be a little bit dense, especially when they go into real detail about some of the things. But I quite like Retro Gamer. There's a lot of... I used to buy a whole bunch of magazines. I hardly buy any of them anymore. Some of them don't exist anymore. Green Viper saying, I want to get into Megavisions, but... Megavisions. I'm not commenting on that one. I'm staying well out of that. I actually got to do some kind of Hidden Palace-ish type stuff at work today. Because a new game, VR game is coming out, which is called Telefrag. And to kind of fill space in the article I was writing, I ended up talking about the origin of the term Telefrag and how it came from the Doom community in the 90s. Electric Blue is saying, I miss the official US PlayStation magazine. I miss Mean Machines, and I miss CVG, and Zap 64, way back in the day for the Commodore 64. I loved Zap 64. And Shaddix Croft is saying, demo discs, the reason I bought so many PS magazines back in the day. Oh, I know, right? There was so many of them. I've still got a few kicking around, actually. But yeah, Retro Gamer actually did this thing a couple of months ago now, where they had a whole bunch of stickers. They had a special Mega Drive issue, and they had a whole bunch of really nice stickers. And a little kind of collector's booklet so you can mark off what games you've got for the Mega Drive. So yeah, some of those stickers are now on my laptop. Some of the others I think might end up going on my Nintendo Switch case for maximum irony points. Green Viper is saying, still meaning to pick up the Retro Gamer issues where we're mentioned under My Sega Radio. That's an interesting mangling of the name, that's for sure. Oh, my husband has poked his nose into the chat. Hello, love. I remember coming across a charity shop or two that had loads of old demo discs for the PS2 magazine. Electric Boogaloo saying, I miss PlayStation Underground as well. CD magazine, technically, but still. I'm not familiar with that one. And Darren's saying, I like Sega Power, they just fooled around and wrote nonsense articles so often. CVG and Mean Machines used to do a similar thing. There were some things that, if I just randomly think about some of the lines now, they still crack me up. Grateful. Waves. Hello. Yes, Waves back. Right, I think I should have some more music. Yeah, let's have some stuff. I've got a request coming up, which is from Electric Boogaloo. So I should probably change the thing that's actually written on my notes. But from Sonic Extreme we have Mobius. And after that we have a track from Shining Wisdom, which was requested by Electric Boogaloo. So I hope you enjoy these. I'll see you after the music break.
best Sega music, live shows, and the chance to request your favorites. This is RadioSega.net.
And we are back. And that was Sonic Extreme Mobius, as in the unreleased Sonic Extreme. And Shining Wisdom Heraldic Emblem of Wisdom, requested by Electric Boogaloo, who seemed quite happy that it was played, so I'm quite happy. Because I made other people happy. People are talking about various different gaming magazines. Electrical is saying, with PlayStation Underground, Sony would send you quarterly 2-disc sets for a reasonable yearly fee. It was only a North American thing, but the Japanese PS1 demo discs do have a similar thing. Okay. And Greyforce saying, Games Masters magazine was fun to read through. Yeah, it had Patrick Moore as a mascot, inexplicably. And the series, hosted by gold plate douchebag Dominic Diamond. Let's not go any further with that one. So, I fairly recently picked up 2 pieces for a Sega-related cosplay that me and Greyfall are doing, because I'm going to be Morgana from Persona 5, and he's going to be Joker from the same game. And I've just picked up a very fluffy tail and ears to wear from a friend who does that sort of thing. Tails, ears, that fluffy bits and pieces. Greyforce just posted a picture of Games Master. It was so weird. It was very cyberpunk, and yet cheesy as all hell in that glorious 90s, early 90s sort of way. Don't saying they massively preferred Bad Influence. Bad Influence was brilliant. Violet Berlin for the win, who got a cameo in, well, got an appearance in the Micro Machines games. Character of Violet was based on her, which always amused me. Enough that I used to choose that character, even though it makes no functional difference. I tended to choose that character. There's quite an archive of Bad Influence episodes on YouTube that you can find. Usually in really terrible quality because they're pulled off VHS tapes. But it's a nice kind of nostalgic trip. Electric Boogaloo is saying, we all know the British Andy's the best radio DJ currently living in Canada anyway. Kefki's saying, the remixes in that Shining Wisdom CD are pretty sweet. You can really hear the composer's progressive rock / jazz fusion influence in it. Yeah, there was definitely some prog going on there. I'm a big prog fan, for those that don't know. So, Rapper Returns saying, I'd love to see that cosplay. A lot of people, Rexy's made me promise that when we finished it, we'll take loads of pictures of the Joker and Morgana cosplay. Tony Greyfall's currently working on the coat for the Joker outfit. Rapper's saying you should share pics once it's done. I will, I promise. We're going to be taking it to MCM London in at the end of October, I think. I'm taking 2 cosplays actually. And the first one, it probably isn't going to earn me many fans on this channel. Because I'm going as Captain N, the Game Master. I've got the Letterman jacket and there's Zapper, which my dad has modified so it has a red LED at the front, so I can pretend to shoot people with a red light. Speaking of Persona, I've played some Persona music, and I'm going to loop music that's on my talk bed before I run out. But before I do that, why don't you guys tell me about some Sega-related cosplay you guys have done? Is there anything you want to do? Is there anything you've already made? How about you let me know after the break? Or during the break, and I'll read it out when the music's finished. Either way's good. So let's have something from Persona 5 and Persona 4 Arena. Let's go.
Just can't understand where my head is at. Oh, while my heart is saying all throughout the struggle, sometimes I feel I can't shake the habit, I just can't wake up. But I know in the end I'll be the chill, 'cause the road will go on with me or without. Make it now, compromise, fighting for a better life. It's a wrong road, but friends keep you on the good path. Take a wrong turn, and they'll be on your back, calling you out. As ice got a gas on the road, we keep each other strong, going toe to toe. And we may not know if we'll come out this alive or not, but we just have to lay through. So I know just like me, have your doubts. Can you keep to that straight and narrow? Live life better every minute and do without. You're the shadows, let them go. Set yourself free. What we learn, what we know. Here for those out there alone. Make it now, compromise, fighting for your best life.
And we are back. And that was Persona 5 Wake Up, Get Out There, and Persona 4 Arena Best Friends. And Shannon Scroft is saying, I'm 25, so I'm not that young. Dude, you're 10 years younger than me. You're that young. Remember, I am the old lady of Radio Sega. I have well established this. So yeah, the conversation in the chat has moved on to Streets of Rage 4, which was announced as being worked on recently, and some of the designs were leaked. And yeah, Axel, he's not aged particularly well, which is odd because most of the rest of the crew seem to have done quite well with themselves. Possibly because, you know, the people who wrote the thing in the first place are about that old. I don't know, maybe. And Shaddix is now explaining some young person slang to Grandma Skyblaze. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Fair enough. It's an interesting way of describing it, I guess. Right. What else were people saying? Yeah, Darren was showing off some of their Alice Landale from the Classic Phantasy Star. They've also got a Shin Megami Tensei cosplay, but they can't find pictures, which is a bit of a shame. Most of the chat don't seem to actually do a lot of cosplay, but Greyforce says when he's done with the Joker coat, he will actually wear it a bit more often. And I said I would probably, as long as he doesn't keep getting distracted by World of Warcraft, because the new expansion is out and, you know, it keeps distracting him. Totally not me, though. No, absolutely not. I can cough. Anyway, I've fairly recently renewed my professional liability, public liability insurance for my DJ license. Because I am going to be DJing at a friend's wedding this weekend. So I'm not going to be playing a lot of video game music, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm going to be playing quite a lot of rock and metal, which would be quite nice. I'm going to have to play some modern pop tat, unfortunately, because there are going to be young people there. But I'll try and keep it to a minimum. Does mean, however, that if people want me to perform at events, I'm available, which is good. So the tracks disappeared off the... No, they're still there. Okay, good. What are people saying in the chat? Greyforce calling me a liar for saying that I'm not distracted by WoW. Shut up, that's why! I'm actually running out of time. So I should probably play some more music. Let the chat wander around on its merry way. As it tends to do. So, requested by Green Viper, I did manage to find it. Here is Sonic from Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, or Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection, depending on which region you're in. Retro Dreams, main menu track, and after that, a surprise track, because I'm cruel. See you after the break.
Hi, my name is Jun Senoue. You are listening to Radio Sega. Radio Sega.
FF Music DJ with Hidden Palace Future, not to be confused with any of my usual talkbed music. Before that, it was Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, Retro Dreams, which is the main menu theme, which was requested by Green Viper 8. I think it was Electric Boogaloo posted a picture of Johnny and June. I went to JCon the day after Gamescom ended because I am a colossal idiot, despite I was knackered, because I am a colossal idiot. Mostly because Bentley Jones was there, and I think Bentley's great. So I got to see him perform. I missed his big gig, but I got to see him perform in a little panel room, which was quite cool. And he mentioned about when he got involved with doing music for Sonic, and he sent out a whole bunch of demos and stuff to various Japanese music places. And he got this email from Jun Senoway saying, yeah, we'd like you to work on Sonic. And he went, this is clearly some like 12-year-old from Texas who's trolling me, until he got the contract through. And I was like, oh, well, that happened. And I actually asked him, it's like, for how many hours afterwards did you squee? And he went, it was about 2 or 3 weeks, just this constant low level, which was very cute. He's a great singer, he's a really nice guy. I am so tempted to ask if he will actually do a custom ident for me. For, you're listening to The Hidden Palace on Radio Sega. Because that would be awesome. Anyway, I should actually do a Chiptune Corner because I only technically have 5 minutes left, so I'm almost certainly going to run over quite badly. So, this week I'm back to original compositions, and this one is by an American band that incorporate chiptune alongside metal, progressive rock, and soft rock. They're called Red Ank. I'm going to put a link in the Discord chat for you for their Bandcamp. As I locate the tab. There it is. Doan saying they got to see him too. I didn't realise he was big news in the Sonic world. Doan, he did Dreams of an Absolution from Sonic 06, and he did so much more from Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. So, yeah, and before that he actually did, he was an OC remixer under the name Libro. His real name is Lee Brotherton. Bentley Jones is his stage name. And he's awesome. But yeah, back to what I'm supposed to be talking about. Yeah, Red Ank do some experimental stuff that involves metal, chiptune, dance, all sorts of stuff. And from one of their albums called Blue, this is an ode to the Game Boy, which is in fact simply called Game Boy. Enjoy!
To me, chip to me, ain't been me. Equipment for stereo. 160, but I'm quality. Very stereo correct. Tune me, chip tune me. Those other ways of the go. My first game console, I will never forget. You were there for me at the good times in the past.
And we are back. And that was Red Ank Game Boy. The chat's gone very quiet, so I assume that they've all fallen asleep. Or probably Green Viper has, because he did say he was very tired. Not sure what happened to everybody else. Maybe they all died. I don't know. Maybe they all turned into pumpkins. Anyway, thank you ever so much to everybody who's been listening. Thanks to Diane and Electric Boogaloo and Rapid Run, Green Viper, Rexy, if she's here, I think she was. Greyfall, I guess. Shaddixcroft, anybody else I've forgotten? Anybody who's been lurking? Our friends over on Twitter and Facebook. And I will be back next week, hopefully with an actual script this time. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. And I'm running, actually running quite badly over. So for the last track of the night, from Jun Senaway and Hikaru Tanimoto, this is Night of the Wind acoustic version. Thank you everybody for listening, and I will see you next week. Good night and take care.
Enjoyed the show? Check out the full Radio Sega live schedule at radiose.ga/shows. Radio Sega, playing the best Sega music 24/7.